On August 26, 2024, this officer responded to the area of Baseline Road and joined the pursuit of a drug trafficking Camaro convertible. As they reached the intersection with Baseline Road, the driver failed to stop for a red light as he continued north, barely missing the rear of another motorist. After clearing the intersection with Forbing Road, there was no traffic in the area. The vehicle reached speeds of 114 miles per hour as the officer positioned his unit at the rear passenger side of the vehicle, successfully executing a pit maneuver. After colliding with the trees, the driver fled the vehicle on foot east through the tree line and across the railroad tracks, but didn't end up getting very far as he was caught quickly and placed under custody. He is being charged with trafficking, controlled substance, possession of drugs and firearms, felony fleeing, and reckless driving. A 911 caller advised the driver of a black Chevy was waving a handgun out of his window, so this officer initiated a traffic stop.
The paper 28 flipped up on it. It was like 1024 at 9th Street, Service Road.
10-4, 9th Street, Service Road.
Let those windows down for me, please. Hands up. Put my steering wheel. All right, so Trooper of Arkansas State Police. The reason why I'm pulling you over because we got a call that you were waving a gun out the window. Listen, I'm telling you what the call was, okay? If there's nothing to it, there won't be anything to it, won't be any issues, you understand?
The driver was compliant until the officer went to his side of the vehicle to have him exit. The driver then fled from the traffic stop and the officer initiated a pursuit.
No, what are you doing?
The driver came to a stop, exited the vehicle, and fled on foot. He was located in a backyard where the trooper utilized his taser to effect the arrest. The driver stated that he never had a handgun and only held his phone out the window when a vehicle would not stop tailgating him. He was charged with fleeing and reckless driving. On August 26, 2024, this officer tried to conduct a traffic stop on a white Chevrolet van because the driver was suspended. When the officer activated his emergency lights, the driver put his hand out the side window and flipped him off, which resulted in a pursuit. While in pursuit of the driver, the officer attempted to perform a pit maneuver. When he did so, the van driver slammed on his brakes, causing the officer to pass him. After another attempt, the officer made contact with his rear driver's side bumper, but the driver was able to maintain control of the vehicle and continued southbound. The van driver attempted to turn westbound, but when he turned, he lost control of his vehicle and ran off the road into the southern ditch of Cox Valley Road. The officer conducted a felony takedown and placed the driver under arrest without further incident. He searched the vehicle and didn't locate anything inside. The driver was charged for fleeing and reckless driving. On August 26, 2024, this trooper observed a car traveling 80 miles per hour in a 50 zone. When he caught up with the vehicle, it began driving erratically, weaving in and out of traffic. He observed the vehicle start to fishtail and lose control. The vehicle then turned sideways in the second traffic lane, colliding with a white Honda. The driver then jumped out and fled on foot, almost being struck by traffic. The driver was charged with reckless driving, theft by receiving, fleeing on foot, and possession of firearm. This officer was in pursuit of a suspect who just stole items from a local Walmart. He attempted a pit maneuver, but couldn't quite catch up. Upon his last pit maneuver attempt, the suspect turned towards the officer's vehicle, and his rear bumper caught the front of the pit bumper, causing the officer to leave the roadway at 90 miles per hour. The officer was fine, and another trooper continued the pursuit. The pit maneuver was once again unsuccessful, as the suspect was able to drive out of it. Shortly after, the troopers lost sight of the suspect. The suspect was later found, and after a brief foot pursuit, he was apprehended. On September 1st, 2024, this driver attempted to flee the police due to previous warrants, but this pit maneuver ended it quickly.
Well, I haven't gotten any more updates from West Memphis. That's correct.
The driver was charged with reckless driving and fleeing. On September 1st, 2024, this officer initiated a traffic stop on a drunk driver. The driver stopped for a brief moment, but then drove away from the traffic stop. The officer performed a successful pit maneuver and took the driver into custody. The driver was transported to Baptist Health Hospital to be cleared before being transported to Pulaski County Detention Center. These officers were in pursuit of shooting suspects fleeing in a Tesla.
Wrong lane, bro. Travel here, back on the right side. Green state.
The Tesla driver narrowly avoided a head-on collision, but spinned out in the process. The driver came to a stop in the middle of the roadway and started fleeing on foot, leaving his two friends in the car.
This section, the vehicle has stopped. I'll be in me in Oakland. Me in Oakland, you got a driver, run it out, I'll stay with it.
Hey, coming up on your six, hands. Don't you move. Hands up. You're gonna crawl over this seat with your hands up. You understand me? Let's go. Crawl now.
You don't crawl, you can take.
On the ground. Don't you move. Hands down.
Hey, you got him? I'm gonna go him.
Eventually, officers detained the driver after a brief foot pursuit.
I got cuffs.
I'm sorry, sir. I didn't know.
No, you're not. You're good.
They recovered a firearm hidden under the driver's pants leg.
I got some scissors. Watch yourself. Stop moving.
The suspect driver and passengers were identified and arrested. The fourth and final suspect, who fled from units the day of the shooting, was later identified and apprehended out of jurisdiction. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe.